Well, hello, my friends. Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another live CGC unboxing. 3 boxes to share with you tonight. 4 boxes that were shipped out on the 25th finally arrived. These boxes, for some bizarre reason, went all the way to Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and took a little trip out east, and then made their way back today. Well, one of those boxes is being showcased today, along with a box that was shipped out on the 27th and the 28th. I've had those ones longer, so I'm going to get through those ones first. I'll do another live unboxing on Tuesday. Guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I am a comic book presser. I'm also an authorized CGC dealer located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Now I am also the trading card doctor. That is right. I am the trading card doctor. Gosh, God help me. What am I doing? Yes. Yeah, it finally happened, guys. Everyone was asking, Kevin, you do cards? Kevin, you do? And I've always said, yeah, I've worked on cards in the past. Seeing all these videos on Instagram. Yeah, I was doing that 10 years ago. But you know what? We're gonna play around with cards now. So, hey, my first foray into this is going to be this coming Sunday at the Greater Toronto Card Show. So if you are an avid trading card collector, come on down, say hi to me. I'll be at the Montecasino Banquet Hall or Convention Center, whatever you want to call it, at 3710 Chestwood Drive in North York, Toronto. And of course, I'll be also taking comic books and magazines. So if you want to come and see me to drop off some magazines or comic books, happy to help you as well. And I will be doing free pre-screen as per usual, so long as time permits. I'm not sure what the heck to expect at this show. All I know is I did this card show like the 2 or 3 card shows ago, and it was absolutely slammed. So I'm looking forward to a nice weekend, a nice Sunday with a whole bunch of you guys, I hope. All right, guys. So again, 3 boxes to share with you. I'll talk a little bit more about the comic card, the trading card doctor. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. The trading card doctor later on in the show. But for now, let's get going. So I've got 3 boxes. And to be quite honest, I'm not feeling all that great, guys. I was kind of snoozing before the show, hence my bedhead hat to hide all that. Oh, before I go there, check this out. There was a toy show in Ajax on Sunday. And you know what? You have to buy. I had to go. And I picked up a few items. This I saw as soon as I walked in, and I grabbed it to go along with my Mego toys. You guys know I'm a Mego crazy man. When I finally one day have my display out back here, I'm going to put my Mego style Wonder Twins on display as well too. I had no idea these even existed, and you even get Gleek over here. Gotta love Gleek. You turn his head around. I guess I can't. Anyways, that was my one major pickup at the show. And you guys remember when I was in Palm Desert last summer? I went on a vacation with the family. Well, there was a Barbie convention there, and I think I mentioned going to all the different rooms where the Barbie, dealers were. And I was very tempted to buy some Barbie dolls. Well, there was a Barbie dealer at the toy show on Sunday, and this guy right here picked up the first appearance, if you want to call it an appearance, the first ever toy, first release of, not Barbie, that would cost a little too much, but Barbie's best friend, Midge, and Barbie's little sister, Skipper. So I picked up a couple of those. I think I did pretty good on those two. They're at the shop right now. Oh, also, if you guys like those old vintage thermos lunch boxes, I picked up, incomplete, mind you, but I picked up nonetheless a Smurfs lunchbox, which is in really good shape, actually. If you're a Smurfs fan, you want to come check this out. And in not so good shape, TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lunchbox. Come on by the shop on Saturday. Have a look. All right. Needless to say, I had a lot of fun on Sunday, spending money that I probably shouldn't have been spending, but what the heck? You only live once, right, guys? You only live once. Let me get my keyboard out of the way and some of this messy paperwork out of the way, and let's get going. All right. I don't even know what's in here. I grabbed these really quickly. So we start off with let me just move back a little bit. Okay. We start off with let's go with this. We got to start off with a 9.8, right? Come on, guys. Let's be honest. We got a 9.8 copy of Secret Wars number 8. And you got to love 1 Secret Wars number 8, 9 and 9.8. But you got to love 2 in a 9.8. Boom, boom. That's awesome. And then we have a ASM 238 newsstand edition and a 9.0. Been seeing a lot of this one come up lately. Got a lot of guys in the room right now. If you guys are just getting here now, if you're new to the channel, guys, every Tuesday night, 8:30, I do live CGC unboxings. That's pretty much every week. I got a lot of books. I got a lot of books there right now. I got tons of books coming back from CGC all the time. So enough to do a live show every single Tuesday. If you love looking at, checking out CGC comics or slab comics, or you just like comics in general, this is the place for you. Hit that subscribe button. And you know what? While you're here, hit that like button too. Helping this channel out in such an easy way by hitting that like button. I certainly appreciate it. Another copy of the first appearance of Black Suit Spider-Man, the symbiote Spider-Man, in a 9.2. All right. We have another 9.8 coming down the hatch here. We got that's a nice copy of Clayton Crane autographed 9.8. Boom, right there. Ultimate Fallout facsimile edition number 4. And his signature is right down here, as you can see it. Very nice. We also have Donny Cates authenticated autograph, Venom number 3. Oh my gosh, look at this. Right there, beautiful. And then another, and I'm not whistling Dixie, you guys. Look, really, another 9.8. Just so you know, I went full of baloney here. I'm not making it. I'm not putting the same book up. Look at that. 3 9/8. A whole bunch of these. And look at this, another. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll do this fast. And a 9.4. And a 9.6. And a 9.6. 2 9.6. So a whole bunch of Secret Wars. I imagine these are probably from the same order. 4555, 4555. Yeah, these are all the same. Yeah, these are all from the same order, I believe. Not bad. Not bad at all. Who's in the house? Hey, Kaylin's here. Long time no see. Kaylin, how's it going? Let's go to the top. Who's the first one? Warren is the first one here. How you doing, Warren? Good to see you. Dave's here as well. Good seeing you on Saturday, Dave. Carrie's here. Good evening. How you doing? Treasury Editions in the house. John Sherwood, as always. John Sherwood's in the house. Good to see you, John. Bad Hombre, how you doing? They're somewhere. Bad Hombre, they're somewhere. I think I got a feeling. You know what? They might be in here. They might be on the road still. I can't remember. Luke's in the house. How you doing, Luke? The second period just finished. Yeah, I'll get through this one pretty quickly, guys. I want to put some ice on my head and go relax tonight. John Short, pop quiz. Boom, let's put the pop quiz on. Pop quiz. If the Green Goblin is Spider-Man's nemesis and Joker is Batman's, who is Daredevil's? Is it Kingpin, the Moose, Bullseye, the Owl, or the menacing Stiltman? I know who I think it would be. I think it would obviously be Bullseye. I think it's Bullseye, right? Bullseye. Although Kingpin is now kind of defected from the Amazing Spider-Man universe over to the Daredevil universe. But what do you guys think? Who is Daredevil's main nemesis? Let's see what you guys think. Candidate Canuck already says Bullseye. Bad Hombre asks for 2. Sam is saying Bullseye. Caitlin says the Masked Marauder. Okay. Doug Mason, one of these boxes and 3 more downstairs were in Dartmouth. I don't know what happened there. FedEx must have had a hell of a hiccup to send 4, not just 1, 4 boxes to Dartmouth. First time this ever happened. But I'm sure Dartmouth is beautiful this time of year, so I'm sure they had a great time whilst there. Okay, let's keep going here. We have, all right, we got a nice older book here. We got a Fantastic Four number 6 from 1962, and it is in a 7.0. Early Doctor Doom actually second appearance of Doctor Doom. We have, and I'm not sure if this is the Hulk 181 that I'm alluding to. Oh my gosh, look what's coming up next. Monster book. Anyway, 5.0 copy of Hulk 181, first appearance of Wolverine. Check out this monster. This book here is huge. These, whenever I have these in stock, they never stay for long. They're a very popular book, and it is Amazing Spider-Man number 31, first appearance of Gwen Stacy with a Harry Osborn. First Harry Osborn as well, in a 9.0 monster book. Like a raw mid-grade copy, this is like $500. So I can't even imagine what a 9.0 costs. Congratulations, whoever you are. Nice book. We also have, what else? Oh, we got a couple more nice ones. Oh, my Lord, some nice ones here. We have Girls Romance with the Beatles and a 5.0, number 109. I got to show that to my father-in-law. He's a huge Beatles fan. This was Jack, by the way. Now, this one's a great one. This we're very happy with. This here is a Batman 189. These are all from one owner. First Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow right here. This book had this one's had some really nice conservation work done to it. And it turned out really, really good. The coloring is beautiful on the back. 7.5, nice grade. Beautiful. And I love that date stamp. Keep it on there. Why remove it? So, and we also have a Batman 190 with a penguin appearance. This is a great book too, and a 9.2. It's a white pager as well. Great cover. Great book. And we have some more Batman. We got a Batman 212 and an 8.5. Last 12-cent issue. Right there. By being a trading card doctor, you made my childhood prophet. Oh boy, here we go. I'm getting nervous about this whole thing. I've heard. I'm getting nervous about it. It's a lot of, I'm getting a lot of inquiries. Maybe I should have done this a long time ago. I don't know, but we will also be offering. Well, I'll talk about that later. We'll be talking about that later. Batman 226 and an 8.5. I'll talk about the comic book doctor. Sorry. Oh my God, it's gonna take me forever. We're gonna talk about the trading card doctor, and just I'm done this box. I just a few things to talk about, and then we'll jump right into box number 2 and box number 3. Again, guys, we're just getting here now. Box number 1 of 3, Batman 241, Kid Flash and Lilith appearance. Awesome, again, classic, awesome. Neil Adams, right? That's Neil Adams for sure, I would think. Yeah, cover, yeah, and Bernie Wrightson cover, beautiful, beauty. All right, we have a modern key right here in Invincible, number 1, 9.6. Trying to get that 9.8 on that, baby. Been seeing this book come in a little more often now. And I should have picked this book up about 6-7 years ago. I remember back when I started pressing and cleaning comic books, geez. Yeah, back in 2011, 12, this book would come in. You probably could have bought this book for $100, $200 now. Good luck. Another modern key, first appearance of Deadpool in New Mutants 98. All right. What Comic Cons will you be attending in the coming months? Well, good question, Treasury Edition. I'm not sure. I am going to be doing, the one-day shows I'm more inclined to do. Because they don't kill me and they don't take up, 5 days, 6 days, a whole week of my life. I'm thinking about doing an appearance in Niagara. When I say appearance, I mean an appearance. I mean, I will go there strictly to do signature series work. So I will grab the books ahead of time, get them all organized, go to Niagara, get the signatures and get the hell out. That's what I'm thinking. I'll probably be doing the same thing for Fan Expo. I don't think Montreal is happening. I don't think so, but you never know. Things could change. I have a table lined up in Montreal, but the fella I'm going with who organized the tables, I don't think is going anymore. And that may or may not affect me. But even Montreal, I wouldn't mind going for 2 days, like Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. But we'll see. I'm not sure yet. I am not sure yet. I know that's not a great answer, Treasury Edition. Honestly, keep your eyes on my social media, on my Instagram and on my Facebook, because any shows that I do decide to do, I will announce it there for sure. And I have to let CGC know relatively quickly which ones I'm going to do as well if I'm going to do signature series. I had a lot of fun last year, but it was a lot of time away from home. So that's the only thing, right? I don't like being away that long. Okay. We also got a Spawn number 1 in a 9.8 right there. Nice book. We also have a limited series Wolverine number 4 in a 9.8. That's what I like to see. That's what I love to see. Only 31 people in the house today. Usually have at least 50 or 60. It's weird. We also have, oh, this is cool. We have the Trailer Park Boys, signed by Mike Smith, John Paul Tremblay, and Rob Wells, and all the main dudes there, Bubbles and Ricky and what the hell's that guy's name? I always forget that guy's name. Bubbles, Ricky. What's his name? Somebody knows his name. Julian? Is it Julian? I think. And then we have a Batman 1 also authenticated. This one is Batman number 1, Jonathan Glapion. Really nice copy right there, and a 9.6. Okay, so there you go. No shortage of JSA books. Always lots of JSA books. Let's go to the chat, and then I'll talk a little bit about the trading card doctor and answer any questions you might have pertaining to that. Josh is here. How you doing, Josh? Gord, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, Gord, I know, eh? I walked into that Ajax Con, and they're sitting there, and Brian was there. You guys know Brian from Brick Mantooth. I brought him on the show before to talk about toys and such, and man, I've known Brian for a long, long time. He's a local guy as well, and he saw them too, and he goes, oh my God, it's a great price on those. And when I got home, I checked these, boxed up. If you found these mint on cards still, like $300, I think US, or was it Canadian? I don't know. It's a lot of money. So I don't want them in box. I want to display them like as figures with my Mego superheroes. So I was just happy to get them. So those are pretty cool. Pretty cool. Spartacus is here. Which was a pregnant Barbie friend? I think it was Midge. Mark's of the house. Mark Scribbled artist. How you doing? Yeah, and of course, John, who asked the question, also has to agree. It'd be Bullseye and Kingpin, I would think, right? And Dannon also agrees with Bullseye, of course. And then Dave says, why was there never a pregnant Barbie? Because Ken came in a gift. That's a good one. This is a family show, though, David. Come on. You're going to get me canceled on YouTube with those kind of jokes. I find it interesting that DD borrowed not just Kingpin, but also early on when he went up against Electro. That's true. A few times. It seemed like Stan Lee wanted him to jump ship to Daredevil. Well, they're probably testing things out, right? Even Dr. Doom was over, with ASM, number 5, and he also fought the X-Men as well. So they were, and that's why I kind of liked, again, that's one of the reasons I liked Marvel, is that these villains, you would see Magneto fighting the Avengers, right? You would have these conflicts from, it wasn't always the same. It wasn't always the same villains fighting the same heroes. They would kind of share their villains, and you'd have those hero team ups and those villain team ups too. And that's what I found made Marvel so much more interesting. And probably why I was a fan of the Super Friends, and the Legion of Doom when I was a kid, seeing, Lex Luthor hanging out with the Joker or the Riddler. I always got a kick out of that. I like seeing all these characters that are not usually together. So I think, and again, even the Super Friends, why I like seeing, the Flash interact with Superman or Batman interact with Aquaman. You didn't see that too often, and the cartoons gave me that. So I really did enjoy that. How you doing, Cram? Good to see you. Felix says, hey, Doc, can't wait for that 181 to come back to us. Thanks so much for everything. No problem, Felix. Eric, I would assume. It could be in the Hulk 181 could be in this batch. Might be. Julian, all right. Decent. All right, what else we got on here? All right. So, all right, let's talk a bit about, again, if you haven't heard the news, the Comic Doctor is now offering trading card assistance. So when I say that, the way I'm looking at it, guys, it's where we're taking your cards and we are, inspecting them, checking them out, getting them ready for grading, whether you're doing the grading, which I prefer, you grade them, help, get them ready for grading, whether you send them or we send them. And it is our intention to eventually offer grading. We can do CGC right now, no problem, because they're not putting any limitations or any stoppages to submissions, whereas PSA And a lot of you have already sent me notices from PSA talking about working with Canadian clients. Yeah, they have put a stop to it. And even the dealer who I am working with to get the cards graded through PSA has been running into a bit of an issue with sending cards at this time. And yes, it has to do with, well, they say it has to do with the tariffs and things like that and the uncertainty at the border and that sort of thing. So until that settles down, yeah, PSA ain't happening. We can work on the cards, happy to do so, get them ready for you. So once PSA opens up, you can certainly send them yourself or bring them back and we can send them at that point for you. But CGC, we can send cards for that as well. At the show, I'll have a price breakdown for cards for CGC. I may have a price breakdown for PSA, although like I said, I can't really send them to PSA at the moment because there's a bit of a hold on that. So what I recommend you do, and I should have had the email or the website on here, but what you want to do, I can put my other website on here, which will work. You want to get over to thecomicdoctor.com. And when you go to comicdoctor.com right now, there's a banner with the Trading Card Doctor on there. Just click on that banner and it will take you over to the services we're offering. And I came up with these different tiers based on talking to guys that do trading cards and what they would like and what they've seen prices going for. And this is a starting point. You know, whether it's going to stay like this or not, those prices may change. They may go up, they may go down. I might remove services, I might add services. I don't know. I'm kind of just going at it this way. And there's not a lot of companies that are offering this, especially here in Canada. So I wanted to kind of just try it out and see how it goes. And I'm going to give this about 6 to 8 months to see if this works for me. If I like it, I'll continue doing it. If I don't like it, I won't. But we certainly have all the equipment and tools and know-how to work on these cards. So we are going to do our best with that. Okay. And also the grading when it comes to cards is a little more fickle, as you probably know. For example, like today, one of my clients from the States sent me an image of a card they had cracked out of a PSA holder. If PSA even thinks for a second that a card has been worked on in any way, shape, or form, they put they do not assign it a grade, and they put on what's it say? It says, I think it says altered. They put a little comment where the grade would be. It says altered. So you don't want that. You don't want an altered. Let's see where it is. I'll tell you exactly what it says. Hold on, right here. I think it's altered. Right here. Yeah, altered. You don't want an altered grade. An altered grade is equivalent to that of a restored grade for a comic book, right? So you don't want that. And I've known this for a long time, and I know that certain flaws, even if you fix them, if there's even a remnant at all, they're going to nail you. So we got to avoid. I don't want to work on cards like that are going to get people an altered grade, right? That's always a risk that people have to understand is there. Just like doing any conservation work to a book, there's a comic book, there's always that risk. So as long as people understand that, we should be good to go. Anyways, like I said, I am going to be at the Greater Toronto Card Show this Sunday. It's the first time I'll be taking submissions for cards. And yes, I'll have all my paperwork there to submit cards and comic books and magazines if you want to come and see me in Toronto this Sunday. Roy's going to be there with me. So will Travis, who is a card aficionado, especially when it comes to Pokemon and Magic and what have you. He'll be there giving me a hand. I have actually, you can do a submission online right now at my website. If you go to tradingcarddoctor.com and go to the trading card drop down and click on there, there's actually a submission form there for trading cards. So you can go on there, you can select what you want, and you can actually print out a form and bring it with you to the show. Now, in order to keep everybody's cards in order so that I don't mix anything up, that's always a big issue, is everybody's going to get their own Ziploc bag. So when you bring cards to me, we'll go through the cards, we'll look at them, decide which ones you want to do. If you already have a pre-printed form, we will simply check mark everything. We could take things off the form as well by scratch them out. Or if I'm doing a manual form there, we'll fill it out for you. Then I will take that form, fold it, take your cards, put them in the form, and put them in a Ziploc bag with your name, seal it. Your cards are now not going to get mixed up with anybody else's, right? So that's what's going to happen this Sunday. It's going to be interesting, guys. I'm looking very forward to seeing a lot of new faces because, again, I've neglected all my trading card, friends for so many years, and now it's time. And it's funny because a lot of comic book clients have already come out of the woodwork going, it's about time, Kevin. My gosh, been asking you for years. I know. I guess you could say, you know what? Honestly, guys, one of the main reasons I'm doing this is the comic book market is slowing down quite a bit. We've talked about this before. Don't get me wrong. You know, Napur is still at the shop. Charlo's at the shop. I'm at the shop. We're still doing our thing, but it's not as feverish as it once was. And so, you know what? If the cards can help boost things up, then why not, right? Why not? All right. Box number 1 is done. Again, if you haven't done so already, guys, hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. I'm about 900 subscribers from 100 subscribers from 3,000 subscribers. And it's taking me a million years to even gain any amount of subscribership here on the channel. So if you wouldn't mind sharing this with anybody or telling your friends to jump in, that would be great. I remember a long time ago, I did say that I'd have some kind of prize for the 3,000th subscriber. And Warren was talking to me about that today, and I honestly totally forget what that was. It was so bloody long ago, over a year probably, when I announced this. So I have no idea. I'll come up with some other new fangled giveaway when I hit 3,000 subscribers. It'll probably be a gift card to either my trading card service or to the Comic Doctor service itself. Anyhow, let's see what else we got. This next box has some magazines in it. All right. So, let me get these out of here first. Don't want to mix these up. Boom. All right. So this is a 9/8 copy of Sports Illustrated from October 26, 2009 with Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, right there in a 9.8. Now, this was a 9/8 pre-screen, I believe. Yes. This was an order of pre-screens. This thick box has all the rejects. Only one came back 9/8. That is the risk you take when you do a 9/8 pre-screen. Now, could some of these be 9/6? Sure, they could. They could. There could also be some 8 zeros in here. I don't know. I don't remember. But all I'm saying is when you ask for a pre-screen, remember, they can reject every single one. And magazines are a different animal. They tend to grade them a little easier than comics, I find. But if they are too far gone, they're not going to hand out a 9/8. Anyways, that's a little unfortunate. Order of like almost, I think, 10 books. One came back in 9/8. We'll put that right here. What else do we have? Get my invoices out of the way. We also have some more mags. See, I don't believe this. Okay, here we got a color touch. It says on this one, it says, restoration includes small amount of color touch on cover. I don't think I've ever seen a magazine with color touch on cover. And that's from 1974 with Hank Aaron. And I'm going to see if I can... Where in the God's name do they see color touch? There's so many places where color touch could be or could have been applied. And they're saying it's on here. I'm going to have to have a closer look, but I don't see it. All right, so there's that. And then we have a Vampirella, number 4. Oh, I believe this was a cracked slab. It was finally returned. I'll show it anyway because it's just so pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a cracked slab that was finally returned because it was it arrived damaged. So that's that. And then we have a Sports Illustrated from 1957. Like, wow, 1957 with Gordie Howe and Ted Lindsay. Check this out. It's 7.5. Very nice. Very cool. I don't understand why CGC doesn't have, like, if you've noticed, my magazine pricing is exactly the same as my pulp pricing, which is exactly the same as my comic book pricing. The only difference between pulp prices, magazine prices, and comic prices would be shipping back from CGC, because the magazines, especially like Playboy books or those what do you call it? Those like Pokemon gaming guides, or, the ones that kind of like what Logan sends me lab. Those are really heavy. I got to charge more for those coming back because they are really, really heavy. But CGC doesn't charge a difference from their magazine to their comic to their pulp. And I've been looking around at some of my competition. I noticed they charge a hell of a lot more for magazines. And I'm like, am I making a mistake? Like, I keep going to the CGC website to make sure I'm not undercharging, but they're charging me the same as a comic. So I don't understand why everybody else. And it's not just one competitor. It's like all my competition. So keep that in mind, guys. You're thinking who you're going to submit to, magazines especially. I am the cheapest in the GTA from what I can see. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure I am. I'm pretty sure I am. I guess logic states that if it's bigger, it should cost more. Well, I guess I don't subscribe to that. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Oh, more people too. They are doing a meet and greet in Toronto this week. Are you probably talking about the what do you call it? The Trailer Park Boys? Are you talking about? Mark from Brantford. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Thanks for clearing that up. Oh, they're trying. Okay, Dan is saying, yeah, they're selling a seltzer, so they're going to go there. Sure. Graham Shirley, how are you, sir? Yes, Sunday. I hope to see you there. And again, guys, I am not bringing any books to the show on Sunday. Don't even ask. The answer will be no. It's a new show. I'm kind of freaked out a little bit about it. I ain't bringing books to give back to anybody, but I am going to be at the shop on Saturday. If you want to come by the shop on Saturday between 11 and 2, I'll be there doing, pre-screens there as well. And I'll also have books to return to people. And these books I'm showing you today, I will get through them probably tomorrow. So I'll go through them tomorrow and I will let people know if their orders are complete. Okay. And I'm probably going to do another shipment day early next week. So, if you have books that are waiting to be shipped out, I'll do a shipping day next week. Canada Jack is back. Canada Jack is back. It was among those magazines. It is back. I just saw it before I started the show. So you're all good to go, my friend. I had the Super Friends when I was a kid. Haven't seen those Wonder Twins in so long. Yeah, I love it. I love it. PSA put a news release a few days ago, increasing their turnaround time and price. And there you go, Dan. So yeah, we'll see what's happening with PSA. I'm still talking to them. I don't think they're going to have me become like a drop-off place because they're going to have a drop-off place in Toronto. But you never know. They might allow it. We'll see. But I don't know why anybody would want to come to me if they can go straight to the horse. You know what I mean? So we'll see what's happening. I don't know what's going to go on with that. Hector says, hey, cool hand, Luke. How are you, buddy? Hector says, almost ready to send you my first order of magazines, Kev, from Southern California. Hector, send them on down, my friend. I got about 15 Playboys on Saturday and another 10 Playboys came in today. Real increase in Playboys. Man, my work is hard. I got to inspect every single page of those Playboys. My job is really hard. Luis Mendoza says, I heard you can pay YouTube to promote your videos. Some other YouTubers have done this and increased. Really? Well, where do I do that, Luis? If you have any information on that, please send it to me because I've been doing this for, probably 5 years. And yeah, 3,000 people. I love you all, but that's just not enough. I don't know for the amount of time and energy I put into this. I'm surprised. That being said, I'm on here more than anything to show everybody their books and to be accessible to my clients. I've said that before. Yeah, you can find me on Facebook. Yeah, you can send me a message on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. But you got me here right now. And I'm talking to all you people. If you got comics with me right now, you can ask me a direct question and I'm here to answer those questions. That's why I do this. That's the main reason I do this, because you guys have entrusted me with all these bloody books. And I want to make myself accessible to you guys at least once a week for an hour. What's that? What is that so much to ask? You know what I mean? And that is why I do it. So that's the main reason. That being said, I am monetized. The more people that watch, I do get a little something every month. Not much, like 20 or 30 bucks. But if I had 10,000 followers or 20,000 followers, that $20 becomes, maybe $100 or $200, and it all helps, right? So it's nice to get a little something, a little tip for your work, I guess you could say. So yeah. Anyhow, Hector says, imagine how much heavier the PSA magazine slabs will be with their heavier plastic. Now, PSA has told me they're going to have 3 different sizes. They're going to have their magazine size. They're going to have their standard comic size, which is about the size of a CGC slab. And they're going to have an oversized size, which is for books that are a little bit bigger than the average, for a golden age comic book or what have you. So those are the 3 sizes. And when I felt them, I'll be honest, when I was in San Diego last year, it was kind of heavy. And by the way, I'm supposed to be in San Diego this year. So I don't know how many of you guys are planning on going to San Diego, but maybe we should do a little meet and greet. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know if enough of you are going to be going to that or not, but maybe closer to the event if I end up going for sure. Because I have the tickets, I have the hotel, I got the plane tickets. I'm set to go. But the what's going on right now is kind of freaking me out a little bit. So I don't know if I want to come down to the States, right now. We'll see. Maybe the media's just scaring me. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, they're probably going to be a little bit heavier. That's for sure. And that is something else, right? I don't know what to expect from the PSA because they're in California. Florida is on the eastern seaboard. California is the other side of the country, right? Or the other side of the continent, I should say. So shipping is going to be more money. Where I'm charging $10 a book for a slab from Florida to Toronto, what's that going to go up to? It's going to go up, right? They're heavy. It takes longer to get here. The shipping that from here to there is going to cost more. That I know for sure. I know that because like I said, I've been giving out those free shipping labels to clients. And I know when I'm giving somebody in Vancouver a shipping label versus to Montreal versus, say North Carolina versus California, there's a big difference, right? So that's going to come into effect. I'm not sure what to expect with PSA. It's going to be a bit of a learning curve. We will see. Nice, Matt. Nice, Mike. David Clark, don't dilly-dally around with those blind. I'll try not to, David. It was funny because Steve came in today. He's a dealer from Toronto. Steve came in with a bunch of stuff, and we were looking at it. I go, I have to inspect every one of these. Charlo, get in here. We got to inspect these. And Napoor's like, oh, brother, right? These silly boys. I'll let you guys. That's good. Oh boy, that's hilarious. Okay, hey Derek, what video did Razor drop about paying YouTube to? Let me know, guys. I want to know what he did. Okay. All right, here we go. So we got these are Warren's books. These 2 are Warren's. I know that. We got a Detective Comics 359 and a 3.0. We were hoping for a 4. Came back a 3. 3.5 would have been nice, but it was pretty. It's a very well loved book. That's for darn sure, as you can see. Lots of creasing. As I look at this book, I could have seen it becoming a 3.5. Maybe a 4 was a little bit ambitious, but a 3.5 would have been appropriate. Then Warren has a 6.0 on this Batman 41 from 1947. Like, holy cow, nothing wrong with that. It's a great alien cover right there. I've seen this book before, 6.0. Number 41. And Warren's here. Warren, are these for sale or are these for you to keep? So if you guys are interested in any of these 2 books here, I think Warren is selling them on his Facebook channel, but you could talk to Warren. He's here. And Warren is on the chat. He is known as Canada Canuck Comics. If he's still here, he will pipe up in a second, I'm sure. We also have, we can't have it unboxing with an ASM 300 right there in a 9.2. What else do we have? We have some more Spider-Man. We got an amazing Spider-Man. Oh, 41's already sold. There you go. 41. You mean 61? Where'd it go? What did I do with them? Oh, it's 41. 41 is sold, guys. 41 is sold. Amazing Spider-Man 28 and a 6.0. First Molten Man. Hard book to get a good grade on with that black cover. Notoriously tough to get a good grade on this one. I love this copy right here. Batman with the show the mold off cover. 7.0. Batman number 156. Love that cover and a 7.0. And this one here, guys, we saw this on Pretty Big Banger book here coming up. We got a 1.8 copy of Fantastic Four, number 5, first appearance of Dr. Doom. if you go over to my Instagram, you're going to see the before and after. This is the book with a lot of conservation. This book endured a deacidification, and it really brightened this book up. Really brightened this book up. Now, why is it a 1.8? The book looks like it looks like a higher than a 1.8, right? The problem with this is the spine it's not entirely split, but it's hanging on for dear life. No mention of the cover being split. You know, unfortunately, this type of stuff happens right here with encapsulation. You know, pieces, you know, chipping sometimes will come off. But the problem with this was, yeah, the what do you call it? The spine was really fragile. We actually recommended not doing the work on this book because we were worried about that spine. The book, in my opinion, turned out fantastic. Go over to Instagram and check out the pictures of this before and after on this one. You know what? But looking at the book as it is, I'm surprised it didn't come back at least a 2, because the body of the book is in beautiful condition. Yeah, it's got some staining and stuff still, but we really improved the color quality of this, the page quality. Like, it looks great. Anyhow, check it out. Beautiful copy of, I take it from my collection. I don't have a First Doctor Doom. Very, very nice. All right, some more big books here. Well, a couple of biggies here, I think. This is box number 2, guys. Box number 1 is on, box number 3 is coming up in just a moment. We start us off with an Amazing Spider-Man number 69. Dave, if you're out there, Dave B., you were looking for this one at my shop on Saturday. If you're still here, Dave, I wonder if this one is for sale. I'm not sure who it belongs to. 8.0 Kingpin cover, and that is an appearance number 69 from 1969. We've got a Joker number 1 in a 9.4 right there. Hector's got it right. He's got it right, my friends. X-Men 89 and a 9.2 white pager right there. And then, oh, wow. We almost got it. We almost got there, guys. X-Men number 47 in a 9.6. White pager, no less. Check that out. Wow, almost an hour. I can see why it's not a 9.8, but you know what? If it had come back a 9.8, I would have been like, yeah, I could see it. But anyhow. All right. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to take all my invoices, get them ready. So tomorrow I'll sort through all these. Oh, I love sorting through all these. All right, I'll put these all back really quick. Okay, box number 3, my friends. Again, I have no idea what's in here. Whew, it's getting kind of warm under these lights here. Okay. Was that the FF5 from the Boxing Day show with the restoration? No. No, it's not. That one was really far gone. And I contacted the owner. A guy brought in an FF. He bought an FF5 at the last Toronto Comic Book Show. It was a purple label. He bought it as a purple label. He wanted to have a blue label, low grade, like a 0.5. He just wanted to get some glue off. As we opened it up, but the whole thing was falling apart. I didn't feel comfortable doing any work to it. So I said, let's just send it in and get a new fresh label, and that's fine. So he asked if we could try to get a custom label, a blue label with just notation on it. So I did that. But then CGC wrote back and said, we can get rid of this restoration. I'm like, really? Out of all the books I've sent you, this is the one you wanted the restoration removal on? So be it. Fine, go ahead. So that book actually, Kalen, is still at CCS. They are apparently taking the restoration off of that book. It'll come back a 0.5, probably. Jack's back, baby. Oh, where'd that go? Comic Professor, I'd say. Lewis, is Razor Comics the title of the video is How to Blow Up Your YouTube? Oh, the Razor Comics. And the title video is How to Blow Up. All right, I'll check it out. I'll write that down. How to blow up your YouTube channel. And it's Razor Comics. Thanks, man. No, I look at other unboxings. I'm like, man, you can't hear them. The quality of the picture is garbage. And like, they got 10,000 views. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I know I'm not that pretty, but come on, seriously. Dave was here. That's the one you were looking for, right, Dave? Or we were talking about it anyway. Those Secret Wars, I know where they are. I have not had a chance to even go in that back room yet and look at it. Do JSA books take longer to come back? No, not really. They're pretty quick, actually. Hector says, I think PSA will end up dominating sports magazine grading while it just matches better with their brand. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we will see. They're launching at San Diego Comic-Con. I know some other stuff, but I can't say it. But we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. I don't love that they're in California. Florida's far enough for me. You know what I mean? I got to send stuff all the way to California. I was really hoping they were going to have grading here, but no, not happening. All right, let's keep going here. We got some FF books, some Journey to Mystery, number 112, classic Thor and Hulk issue right here, and a 6.5. Then we got an FF 49 and a 6.0 right there. And then we got a 6.0 of FF 50. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Right there. Okay. What else? What else? We also have an X-Men number 12, first appearance of Juggernaut in a 4.0. Then we got a Fantastic 448. I assume it goes along with the other two that we just showed you in a 2.0. See, that was kind of rough on that book. 2.0. Well, I don't like that. Do we grade? Did we? They look pressed. Maybe this might not have been pressed. Maybe we didn't press this. It's got a big. Oh, sorry, it's got a big slice out of the back. That's why. I have a feeling this may not have been worked on. It looks like it's been pressed, though. I don't know. We'll see. All right, here we go. I'm not sure. I don't have the invoice in front of me, so I can't say. But I understand why it's a 2 now. It looks better than a 2 on the front. That's for sure. We got a Fantastic Four number 25, classic Thing and Hulk story, in a 5.0. Hector says, PSA has a Jersey office. Does that help? Well, can I send the books to Jersey? And if I do send them to Jersey, that means they're going to sit in Jersey. Are they grading in Jersey, or are they grading in California? And so to my understanding, they're grading only in California at their main facility. That's my issue. I understand why CGC and PSA, or even Beckett's or whoever, CBCS, I understand why they want to have all their grading under one roof, right? I get it. It may, is consistency going to be watered down even more if you have different offices? And I guess that could happen, right? I get that. It does make sense. That said, if you're training people and you're keeping tabs on everybody, why can't there be a secondary facility? East and west, or north and south, whatever. It just to make the shipping a little more bearable. Just for us Canadians, it's really daunting to have to send the books down to the States. And I know there's only 40 million of us up here. That's probably the big problem. But and I've said this to anybody who listens. I've talked to CGC about this. I've talked to PSA about this. I've talked to Beckett's about this. Steve Burrock, when we were having a conversation one night, we were talking about this. I'm like, if one of those companies would just lay roots down in Canada, I am fairly certain that they would basically take the majority, if not, well, I wouldn't say all, you never have all, but the majority of the business in the Canadian market. Now, is that enough? Maybe not. Maybe not. X-Men number 11 in a 6.0. Perhaps that is the problem, is there's just not enough in the Canadian market. But I'm pretty sure if PSA opened a grading center in Toronto or Winnipeg or wherever, in Halifax, whatever, I am pretty certain Canadians, I don't have to send my books over the border. I don't have to deal with Customs Canada or American Customs. I'm not going to pay extra surprise fees when my comics come back from over the border. That's a big selling point. And no one seems to understand that because these companies don't get it. They don't deal with it. But we do. That's all I'm saying, Amazing Spider-Man 19 in a 6.5. There we go. Great John Romita cover here in is it John Romita? Yeah, John Romita cover in ASM 122. Love this cover. Love it. The 121 is, of course, a little more valuable and more sought after, but the cover on this one kicks ass like crazy. Like crazy. Okay. What am I doing with they're there. Okay. We also have another ASM 31. This one's a 5.5. The other one we had was a 9.0. Remember that one earlier, guys? We're just getting here now. We had a 9.0 of this in the first box. We have a showcase number 34. Origin of first appearance of the Silver Age Atom. Also love this comic here. Great colors. Great copy. We also have a Batman 181, first appearance of Poison Ivy, complete with the pinup, I believe. Yes, it is, in a 3.0. And got a qualified book here. There's a page missing on this one. Page 15 is missing on X-Men number 14. The Sentinels. And then we got X-Men number 13. Not a bad grade. 7.5 white pages. Wow. Nothing wrong with that. A second copy of Batman 189 with the Scarecrow. First appearance of Silver Age Scarecrow. 5.5. Very cool. We're closing up shop here in a moment or two, guys. Any questions for me regarding grading, pressing, comic books in general? If you have any questions about the conservation services, now's the time to ask it. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. We also have an FF57, and this one has a coupon. Obviously, on the X-Men book, it's also missing a coupon. It's a shame because this is a 7.5. It's missing a coupon. Now, again, you can request with a coupon. I'm fairly certain you can request to have a blue label, but that's going to drop from a 7.5 down to probably like a 4.5 without that coupon. So you can request it. 5.5 copy of number 52, first appearance of Black Panther. It's a nice copy of that book. And then we have a First Sentinels, number 14. Nice Silver Age Marvel batch in a 5.0. Then we got the Frightful Four and Fantastic Four 36, 5.5. An 8.5 white page copy of Fantastic Four number 72. Not a first appearance of anybody. Silver Surfer and Watcher appearance right there. Great cover. Jack Kirby cover. Beautiful. 8.5. Nothing to balk at. That is for sure. And then we end. We don't end anything yet. Hold on. We're not quite done yet. Then we have a 9.6 copy of Hulk 340. It is hot in here. We have an ASM, another ASM 300. This one's in a 9.4. We had a whole slew of Secret Wars number 8s in that first box. Here is another one. This one is in a 9.6. Right there. And then we have a beautiful copy of another beautiful copy of Amazing Spider-Man 300. This one has the custom label in a 9.4. That custom label is pretty sharp. It is pretty sharp. That is for sure. It's a nice copy. All right. That is box number 3, guys. We did 3 boxes. Again, any questions or comments? Now is the time, because I'm going to be taking off in just a few moments. Let's go back to the comments, see what you guys are saying. ASM is, Neil says, wow, ASM has always been popular. Mikey says it right there. Canada as a market is normally a rounding decimal point on a revenue of a company, and that is why you're not going to see CGC. You're not going to see You're not going to see CGC or PGX or CBCS or PSA here in Canada, unfortunately. When Secret Wars, the movie, comes out, do you think it'll push ASM 300, or will the focus be strictly more on a certain Secret Wars issues? Well, it's my understanding that the Secret Wars they're going to be kind of playing with in this movie is the new Secret Wars series, not the vintage early one that we all love. Well, we all love the new ones too, but it's not going to be focusing on that Secret Wars from the 80s. It's going to be focusing on the more recent Secret Wars storyline. So I don't know. It seems that a lot of the books that pertaining to Doctor Doom are going up. You know, what do they call him? Conqueror Doom or King Doom. Maybe somebody here can explain or give us those names more so. But the black suit Spider-Man, the symbiote costume, the Venom, I don't know how much that's going to be integrated into this in this movie at all. Secret Wars 8 is always a hot book, you know, as is Secret Wars number 1. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know if the vintage issue, am I wrong, guys? Are the vintage issues going to skyrocket when this movie comes out? What do you think? Let me know. I hope PSA has a different color label for signatures like CGC does. Right now, they have one, from what I see, they have one label, red and white. And it's been updated. It's not what we saw at San Diego last year. They've changed it, and it's actually quite nice. I'm going to tell you right now. I can't show it to you. I wish I could. It's a really nice label. Will they have a gold label? I really don't think PSA is going to jump on the bandwagon and follows down. See, I've said this from day one. If PSA, and maybe you guys will disagree with me on this one, but if PSA all of a sudden starts, doing a blue label and a purple label and a green label and a yellow label and a gold label, if they start doing that, are they not, and making their labels look like CGC labels, are they not, in doing that, don't they kind of confirm that CGC is the king of the castle? You know what I mean? I said it from day one. They should plow forward and move ahead by the beat of their own drum. And they've already established that whether you like their card label or not, that is PSA. And the new design that they have, and I've seen it, I can tell you it's red and white, so I'll tell you that much. It's a variation on the card label, but it looks really good, guys. It looks really good. Now, could they differentiate a signed book over a non-signed book in some manner? Sure, they could. Does it have to be a color? Does it have to be gold? Does it have to be, silver? Or can it still be red and white with some kind of a logo or some kind of some kind of just symbol or something like that? That's the way I think they're going to go. And I think that's a smart way to do it. Again, by copying CGC or copying what they've already established, they're basically saying, yeah, we're following in CGC's footsteps, which in a way kind of legitimizes CGC more than they should, because look at all the other companies like CBCS comes out, their labels are blue, same blue as CGC uses, even like PGX, they're all similar, PGX, he's actually a little bit different than the others. He's actually kind of done his own thing, which I kind of appreciate. but there was a time there where they were kind of similar, you know. And anyways, that's my thoughts on that. What do you think? How much do you charge for? And how much do you charge for PSA card? Is that what you mean? PSA cards to submit with you? Don't know yet. Haven't sat down and figured that out yet, to be really honest. And because they've kind of stopped with shipments right now, I haven't really spent a lot of time on that. I will figure that out soon, though. You guys getting good at removing mailing labels I don't like to remove labels from magazines. I recommend against it. It's time consuming, really time consuming, so it's not very cost effective. Oftentimes it leaves a mark behind. It always leaves some kind of remnant behind to let you know that, hey, this is not a true newsstand copy. This is a subscription copy. So yeah, you can take it off, but it's still going to have little strips or a little discoloration. So personally, I don't like doing that. And I'm a big fan of subscription labels. I like that. To me, it tells you where the book has been. I like it kind of, you know, they talk a lot about, in the antique world, they talk a lot about, oh my God, I'm tired, but I can't even think of the words. Provenance, you know, where the book's been, you know, where the furniture has been, you know, and in the antique world, if you strip off an original finish, the value of the item diminishes greatly, if not completely. So I know that's not the case for a magazine, but again, personally, it kind of goes against what I like to leave that in there, even intact. So I try to talk people out of doing that. And there's guys that will douse lots of lighter fluid on there, and eventually, after putting like, you know, tons of lighter fluid on there, it'll eventually peel off. Like, what damage are you doing to the paper by dousing it with lighter fluid? You know, yeah, the sticker's coming off, but then you're going to have like the fact that it's been exposed to all that lighter fluid. That can't be good for the book in the long term. So personally, I think just leave the bloody stickers. If you want a newsstand copy, go buy a newsstand copy. Otherwise, just keep those subscription labels on there. And I like them. That's me, though. I like them. Dave, have a great night. Enjoy the game. My understanding is 2015 Secret Wars will be the focus. That's what I heard that too, Dan. And thank you for clearing that. Emperor Doom, not King Doom. Emperor Doom. That's right. Thank you. Agreed. PSA needs to set their own standard to that. Exactly. And they've already kind of done that. Like, guys, I've done my investigating in regards to, you know, doing grading. Like, I've thought about it. I'm not going to lie. I've thought about it. I've talked to a lot of you about this. And one of the things I would want to do when I'm getting my slabs made is have UV protection. I just think it's a logical thing to do. And none of the companies are offering UV protection. Why? Why isn't CGC? To be honest, CGC should be doing it. But why isn't CGC or CBCS or PGX or any of these companies offering UV protection? Because it costs more bloody money, right? It costs more money. I don't know how much more, but it costs more. It's probably significantly more. Well, maybe not. Because if PSA is offering it with it, it can't be that much more. But they recognized a demand that the comic book fans want UV protection, and they put UV protection in their slabs. It just makes sense. People like to display their comic books and their magazines and their cards, for that matter. Why not put UV protection on that? Yes, it costs more money, but I think given the option, you know, to have a book graded for $25 without UV protection or $30 with UV protection, I'm pretty sure probably 90% of people would choose the UV protection for sure. You know, and EGS has UV protect. Now, EGS, they sell their slab too, right? Or they get their slab from overseas, and they may have, you know, and again, I've talked to companies in overseas, in China, and yeah, they could do UV protection if I've asked. But yeah, so people want it. So give what they want, right? Anyways, guys, listen, that's it for me. I'm headed out. I'm tired. Thanks so much for coming by. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing. I'll be back again next Tuesday. I for sure have 3 more boxes, and I got a feeling I might have a 4. I'm not going to do 5 boxes, but it might be a 3 to 4 box unboxing on Tuesday. So be sure to pop by next Tuesday. Hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already, so you'll know when I do go live. And if you haven't done so already, you come back every week. If you hit that subscribe button, what the heck? Hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers. Every little bit helps. I certainly would appreciate that. Hit the like button too. It lets YouTube know you like the show. and they're going to pass on to other enthusiasts like you and me. I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm also Kevin the Trading Card Doctor, and I'm going to be at the Greater Toronto Comic Book Show this coming Sunday from 10 till 4, taking submissions for comics, magazines, and trading cards, doing free pre-screening at the show as time permits. So if you're in the area, come on by. If you want more information about my trading card services, go over to thecomicdoctor.com. There's a banner right there in the main page. Click that banner. It'll go to the service breakdown, and you won't find anything on PSA or CGC grading yet. That's coming very, very soon. All right, guys. Thanks, Gord. Appreciate the nice words. Lewis, all the best. Guys, have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, be safe and take care. Bye for now.